President.
There will now be up to 10 minutes of debate, equally divided. The senator from Maine is recognized.
Thank you. Madam President, I'm pleased to introduce this bill with Senators Van Hollen, Murray, Alsobrooks, Warner, and Kane. It has been endorsed by President Trump and also by the chairman of the House Appropriations Committee, Tom Cole. This bill would simply fix a mistake in... Madam President, could I have order, please? Thank you, Madam President. Madam President, this bill would simply fix a mistake in the House CR that prevents the District of Columbia from spending its own tax dollars as part of its budget, which Congress routinely approves. Congress approves the authorization of the expenditure of D.C. local funds, which are paid for by D.C. tax revenues. The first CR that we enacted last year included language to approve the D.C.'s FY25 budget, and that language was continued in the second CR. However, the House did not extend this anomaly in the year-long CR. As a result, unless this bill is passed, D.C. would have to operate under its fiscal year 24 budget for the remainder of 25, potentially requiring $1.1 billion in local spending cuts. Reducing D.C.'s local funding expenditures will not result in a dollar of federal savings. Since October 1st of 2024, the district has been operating under and spending at its approved level for the fiscal year 25 budget. According to the CBO, this bill does not have any budgetary costs to the federal government. There are no federal dollars involved. The issue here is just allowing the D.C. government to proceed to spend its own tax revenues. Accordingly, I urge all of my colleagues to support this measure to correct a true inequity. Thank you, Madam President.
Madam President, I want to thank Senator Collins for working on an emergency basis to fix this problem in the House bill. She said it well, so I only want to emphasize 2 points. One, what the House did does not save the federal taxpayer one penny. Not one penny. What it does is cap what the District of Columbia can spend using its own money and based on its own decisions. So taxpayers are not saved a dime by what they did nor will they gain by our fix. And the people of the District of Columbia should be able to make these decisions. And if they're having to make a budget with $1 billion less, it will mean less police forces, less firefighters, and less money for schools. So I want to thank the senator from Maine for working with us on this, and pleased to be joined by my colleagues from Virginia and Maryland, Senator Warner, Senator Alsobrooks, and Senator Kane. We urge its adoption unanimously.
Virginia.
Madam President, I also want to thank my friend from Maine. She's moving back up much higher on all of our lists for being willing to step up and help correct this. You know, we all want, as the president wants our nation's capital to be the safest, cleanest, most welcoming city. D.C. gets 26 million tourists every year. In 2026, when we're going to celebrate 250 years, we want to show off D.C. and the whole region. If we allowed this mistake to take place, D.C. will lay off cops, it'll close schools, it'll shut down on trash removal. For those of us in the region who use Metro, dramatic cutbacks. Let's correct this mistake. Let's make sure that we show on our 250th anniversary the cleanest, safest city in America, and this will be a giant step for that.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Senator from Maryland.
I, too, want to thank Senator Collins, Van Hollen, Warner, and Kane. And I'm glad that we could work together in this bipartisan way to ensure fairness for the residents of Washington, D.C. I rise today to speak for the over 700,000 D.C. residents who do not have representation in this body. They are our friends and our neighbors. Beyond those who work in D.C., Maryland partners with D.C. on resources like emergency services, police, water, and more. And this bipartisan standalone bill ensures that D.C. tax dollars stay in D.C. Again, these funds that have been cut are tax dollars that have literally already been paid by D.C. residents. And all this bill does is to continue to ensure that D.C. receives what it is owed. So I urged all of my colleagues today to join in voting yes. Thank you.
Senator from Virginia.
Madam President, I can make it fast or slow. I'm joining all these colleagues to advocate for this bill. 1/3 of the Virginia population is residents of the D.C. metro area and enjoy this capital, and 150,000 Virginians come to work in D.C. every day, and they want D.C. police and services to be well funded. Please support this bill. Thank you.
Under the previous